Hello children, how are you all? I hope you all are fine. Today I'll take you all to another session of Unit 6, Continents and Oceans. Children, as you all know that in this unit we are studying about the 7 continents. Asia, we have already learned about Asia, that it is the largest continent of the world. We have learned about Africa, which is the second largest continent of the world. We have learned about North America. We have learned about South America. Now today, I'll be taking Antarctica, which is the 5th continent of the world. As you can see here, that Antarctica is located in the southern hemisphere near to the South Pole. As I mentioned before in my class, the imaginary line which is passing through the center of the earth is called equator. And above the equator, it's northern hemisphere. Below the equator, it is southern hemisphere. On the top, it is North Pole, and below it is South Pole. So, Antarctica is located in the southern hemisphere near to the South Pole. So, you have understood children? So, Antarctica is the coldest planet, okay? And this is how it looks in a globe. Now children, how about watching a video clip on Antarctica? So children, wasn't that eye-catching and awesome view of an Antarctica? Isn't it? So now you all can imagine the extreme climate of this continent, Antarctica. It is also called White Continent. Do you know children why it is called White Continent? Because this continent is covered with snow throughout the year. Okay. Now, as you have seen in the video, the most abundant and the best known animals that you can see in Antarctica are whales, penguins, albatross bird, Antarctic octopus, polar bears and Antarctic seals. So, children, because of this extreme climate of this Antarctica, there is no permanent human settlement. Human beings cannot stay here for long in this continent. However, many countries have set up their research centers for studying the climate or for exploring the minerals, etc. Like we have Mathew and Bharati are the Indian research centers in Antarctica, which is established by our Indian government. Not only that, India opened a post office in 1983, which is the first and at the Antarctic Research Center. India opened a post office in 1983 at its first Antarctic Research Center named Dakshin Gangotri, and nearly 2000 letters were mailed from there. I hope it is clear to everyone. Now let's take a glimpse of what we have learned so far about Antarctica. Antarctica stands 5th in size. It is the coldest region of the world. It is known as a white continent since it is covered with snow throughout the year. There is no permanent human settlement, as I mentioned, because of the extreme weather. Many countries have set up research centers for climate studies and mineral exploration in this mineral-rich continent. And Mathew and Bharati are the Indian research centers in Antarctica. I hope it is clear, Antarctica. Now let's move on to another continent, that is the 6th continent of the world, Europe. Now as you can see here, it is located between Atlantic Ocean and Asia. Okay, and can you see here, this is Ural mountain ranges, which is separating it from Asia. Ural mountain ranges are separating Europe from Asia. Okay, and this is the 3rd largest populated continent. Okay, so children, is it clear? Now, the southern part of Europe experience moderate and a cold climate. Okay, moderate, chill, hot climate. However, the northern part of Europe experience very severe cold. Okay, as I mentioned, as you are moving farther away from the equator, the climate becomes very severe. Okay, I hope is it clear to everyone? Okay, now let's move ahead, children. Now, these are the mountain ranges which is actually separating Europe from Asia. Okay, now some notable mountains of Europe continents are Alps mountain. Can you see how beautiful it is? Yes. Scandinavian mountains, Carpathian mountains. Okay, these are the 3 notable mountains of Europe. Now let's see the major rivers of Europe. Danube River, Rhine River, Volga River. This is the longest river in Europe. Okay, so which is the longest river in Europe, children? Volga River. Okay, what is this? Yes, this is the view of a beautiful city, London. It is the capital of England. Okay, now from this we can imagine, now with this we can make out that Europe is industrially developed. I hope it is clear, children. Now let's move ahead. Skiing. Okay, it is not only a famous sport but also a popular holiday activity in Europe. Okay, now fishing. Fishing is a main occupation of Europe. As you can see, many ships are anchored here. They are engaged in fishing. So it is a major, fishing is a major occupation of Europe. Grape cultivation. See, Europe is still the largest wine producing continent because they are producing a huge amount of grapes every year. Okay? I hope it is clear to everyone. So children, read the textbook. I'll be taking rest of the topic in my next class. Thank you.